Welcome to our first edition of All Dolled Up, brought to you by BlueBarBombshells.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make hair accessories with flowers, a vital part of the bombshell's wardrobe. What you'll need for the craft shown today are a standard glue gun, glue sticks, scissors, pieces of felt, hair clips, any flowers, and charms that you like. And all of this can be found at your local craft store. When you're doing hair accessories, you don't have to stick to just flowers. You can also do any kind of butterflies or ribbons or anything else that you find at the craft store. Sometimes you may want to do doubles, especially with smaller flowers or seasonal flowers. It's just a very cute look. For this one, we're going to use a duckbill clip. The only difference is that these regular clips have a little bit more length and they fasten a little differently. These are really good for short hair. These don't always stay in very short hair. So the same thing, you're always going to use a piece of felt to secure the flower to the clip. This little bit of area is not enough to keep the flowers on. So in this case, we're going to do it lengthwise, and the same thing. You're going to run a strip of glue along the felt. Place it and hold it until it dries. And when you're doing pairs of flowers, you want them to face opposite directions. So we're going to, again, run glue along the felt on either side. And then press the flowers onto the felt so that it's nice and secure. You can add glue at any point, and you can also trim back the felt once you have the flowers where you want them. And there you have a simple double flower. You may want to add charms to your flowers, which is very easy to do. Whenever you're pulling the flower off the base, you can usually just pull it right off the stem, but you also want to trim down as flush to the bottom of the flower as possible, but leave a little bit just so that the flower doesn't fall apart. So this one is a little trickier. There's a couple more parts to it. First, you're going to do as you did before and make sure that the felt goes in between the band and the base of the clip. I'm going to set that aside for the moment. And anytime you're using a big charm like this, something that's meant for a necklace or something that has a little bit of weight to it, you also want to use simple jewelry strings to secure the charm to the clip so that it doesn't fall off, because hot glue won't hold something that's heavy. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut 2 lengths of jewelry stringing, and it's always better to cut it longer than what you'll probably need, because once it's real short, it's very hard to tie. And you're just going to pass the string. Leave a hole. And tie it. You could also probably use regular string, but I chose jewelry stringing because it's a little more durable and it's also nice and see-through, and you won't notice it when you're looking at the flower when it's finished. Now that your charm is got strung, With this kind of flower especially, it's much easier to do because there's a flat surface to put it on. So you'll put some glue in the center of the flower. Make sure you get those strings out of the way. And place it where you want it. And then you're going to bring the strings around to the back of the flower, hiding it in between the petals. Which is also what's nice about these sort of flowers, is that the strings are very easily hidden. So now that that's all said and done, you're going to take the clip and do what we always do. Put glue on either side of the felt. Make sure you've got those strings out of the way. And make sure that they go parallel to the actual clip itself because you're going to be tying it to it. So you're going to hold on to that until it dries. Then, in order to secure the charm to the actual band, you're going to put one side of the string underneath the whole clip and one side of the string in between the spring band and the base of the clip. I'm going to make several ties just to make sure that it's really secure on there. Without trying to make it so that it's tight, but not so tight that it pulls back those petals. And you may want to put just a little spot of hot glue onto that knot, just so that it doesn't slide everywhere and so that that knot is nice and secure. Because sometimes stringing can be tricky and they're not as tight as you want them. And then trim off any excess. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And again, just another little spot of glue on the knot. And then trim off any string. And there, you have a custom clip with any kind of charm and flower that you want that didn't cost you $12. And the last one that I'm going to show you today, it is some doing to show you that you don't have to do just flowers. And the nice thing about these butterflies is that they actually came in a pack of 6, and you can paint over them. These are made out of feathers, the wings, and they just have glitter over them, so you could color it in with Sharpie or do it with acrylic or add in whatever you want to it to make it yours. And with this one, because of the see-through nature of the butterfly, I'm not going to put any felt on it. You just want to make sure that the butterfly body will lay flush with the clip. And probably the best way to do this is just hold the clip open so that you don't fuse the bottom and top together. And hot glue along the base of it. And then place the butterfly. Let it dry. And it's that simple. Thank you once again for joining us for our first episode of All Dolled Up. For future episodes, tune in to boudoirbombshells.com. Until then,